I feel a little guilty that I had a fantastic spring break chilling out and relaxing in the sun, while Ellen was off doing research on Musette. Even still, part of me doubted that she was going to find anything. I didn't want to go ahead and label Musette a lost cause, but what were the odds that one teenage girl dying of a heart condition would actually make the newspaper? Granted, her name was unique, but how easy would it be to find out if she died? I had never actually tried to look up a dead person before, and had no idea how easy or hard it would be, especially without a computer. But, as it turns out, Ellen came back with good news and bad news. The good news was that she found something. The bad news was that it wasn't news that I ever wanted to hear. "It's true," Ellen confirms when we meet next. "It's true?" I echo. "You mean Musette is really dead?" "I found the story," she confirms. "Musette Ellis died of complications from a long-standing heart condition. I'm warning you now that you're not going to like this next part, though, Tori. It made the papers because her parents were charged with neglect." "What?" I ask blankly. "Neglect? What do you mean?" "They were arrested," Ellen explains, as if that was the part I was confused about. "Because failing to look after your child's health is a crime." Her expression hardens. "And it wasn't their fault. They didn't have any choice. It was the wizards who mucked everything up." "This shouldn't have happened," I say as I shake my head and cross my arms over my chest. "Who was handling Musette's case? They're the ones who need to take responsibility for this, not her parents." "Even if they're responsible, it's still wrong for them to wipe people's minds just because they're labeled inconvenient," Ellen sniffs. "I know we need to protect the existence of magic and the other world and everything, but that doesn't make it okay. Sometimes all we have are terrible choices." "Ellen..." "No, I know." Ellen shrugs. "No arguing. Keep my head down. Don't challenge the authorities. I got all that. I don't want them to take away my mind." "Yeah," I say, letting out a puff of air. "But this is not okay. Think about Musette's parents. Their only daughter is dead, and now they're in jail serving time for a crime they didn't commit. That is seriously messed up. I feel like we need to tell someone, but it's been years. I don't know who we would tell or what they could do about it now." "You could tell Hieronymous," Ellen offers, and I hesitate. "I have half a mind to, honestly," I say, "but that means he'll find out about Musette, and I'm not sure how to approach that yet, especially since I don't know how he'll react. He might try to banish her, and we can't worry about that right now. What we should be worried about is how to tell Musette that she's really dead." "I'll do it," Ellen says quietly, "if that's okay with you. I want to talk to her alone." At first I'm hurt, but I just nod my head. "Okay, if that's how you want to do it, okay. Maybe it's better if it's just a one-on-one conversation, but you'll tell me if anything important happens, right?" "Of course," Ellen says. "We still need your help. We still need to find a way to stop her spirit from fading." "Okay," I say quietly. "Best of luck. You're going to need it." I expect to hear from Ellen by the next day, but apparently Musette hadn't appeared to her yet, and I wonder if Musette had disappeared on her own after being on her own all week. I think Hieronymous could tell that something was troubling me, but I just told him that I was bummed Daniel would be leaving so soon, and he didn't press me any further about it. Fortunately, that Friday, Ellen finds me in the hallway after class is letting out, and I quickly head with her back to her room to talk everything over. "So I talked to Musette," Ellen says slowly, although she seems to be avoiding my eyes. "And?" I ask quickly. "Tell me everything." "Well, she's not happy about her other self being dead." Ellen sighs. "But she says it's still not real to her. She has no memory of leaving the school or her heart problems. She doesn't really remember her family at all. She says it's like hearing a story about strangers. She's more worried about what's happening to her now." Is she still fading? I ask. Ellen nods sadly. But she did find a place that makes her feel more solid. It isn't in a place I would have expected. Where's that? I ask. Ellen looks as though she's about to answer before she just smiles. Let me show you. I expect to head to the gym or another part of the dungeons, but instead Ellen leads me over to the trails. Over here, by this tree, in the starlight, Ellen explains. It was dark last night, no moon or anything, so I couldn't investigate much. This is where Musette feels most at home, but I'm not sure why. It's not like she was buried here. This place, this tree. This is where Daniel had said he saw a girl with long red hair watching him. Hieronymous had tried to convince me it was a bird, but what if Daniel had actually seen Musette? I cast Spirit Sense, but it's only me and Ellen. Well, in the movies, sometimes spirits are attached to an object that was special to them, I offer. Maybe she hid something here when she found out she was going to be expelled? Maybe, Ellen replies, but her voice is hopeful. Can you climb a tree? I can check around the roots, but I can't climb. She might have hidden something in a hollow. Sure. It's been a while since I climbed a tree, but I managed to hug the bark and scooch myself up until I'm in the branches. I make my way carefully from one branch to the next, when suddenly a glint of something metallic catches the sunshine. I lean over towards it, just managing to catch the words eject and rewind. Ellen? I say slowly. I think I found something. You did? Ellen exclaims. Grab it, Tori, bring it down. What if it's a trap Potsdam laid out for you? I ask nervously. It's technology, Ellen. We should turn it in. Or maybe it belongs to Musette, Ellen offers. We can examine it and then turn it in if it doesn't belong to Musette. I sigh, casting Inspect on the object to make sure it wasn't rigged to explode or something before I toss it down to Ellen and hop out of the tree, landing uncomfortably on the balls of my feet. Okay, so maybe we should... I start, but Ellen has already pressed the play button, and Musette's voice immediately fills the air. My name is Musette. At least, that's what my mother named me. It sounds so boring and old-fashioned. I want something short and snappy. Something cool. Not Muse. Maybe M or Eddie. Ellen presses another button, and the voice stops. That's pretty much what she said to me the first time I met her, I remind her. Pretty much word for word. This must be her diary, Ellen says softly, her voice full of awe. Do you think? She presses a few buttons and presses play again. My boyfriend is a demon with blue skin and purple wings like a bat. People say his blood is cursed and he's doomed to turn evil and plunge into hell. Those are the exact same words she said to us, Ellen says as she stops the recorder and looks up at me. She recorded herself. Tori, she recorded herself. Musette knew her heart was bad and she might die young, so she tried to make a copy of herself. I mean, it's possible, isn't it? White magic works with feelings and memories. Spirit Echoes replays imprinted emotions from the past. There must be a way to make an imprint of yourself, and she figured out how. But Musette was a Wild Seed freshman, I remind her, and what you're suggesting sounds extremely complex. How do you copy a soul? But these are her words, Ellen reminds me. She could have filled them with magic and brought them to life somehow. It would explain why her memory is so mixed up. She could only remember what she already recorded. But the tape recorder doesn't seem to be enchanted, I point out. Maybe it was at one point, Ellen offers, and now it's empty because there was something inside that got out. Our Musette. I pause for a moment. Daniel was out here, alone and upset, when I found him. It was more than possible that he accidentally did a spell that somehow triggered Musette's awakening, especially since he had been so close to this tree. All the pieces fit, Ellen says excitedly. Musette's not a ghost. She's a magical creation. But that doesn't explain why she's fading. It means she's a spell, I reply. There's not enough free mana in this world for her to survive indefinitely. It's why spells here fizzle out so quickly compared to in the other world. So what can we do to help her? Ellen asks. Put her back in the tape recorder? I don't even know how that's possible, I remind her. That also might be exactly how she got expelled. Let's just put this back where we found it for now and talk to Musette. Let's see what she wants to do, and then we can go from there. Ellen sulks but just nods her head as she hands the tape recorder back to me, and I quickly stash it back into a tree hollow. We should get out of here before anyone sees us, I say quickly. Remember, Possum is probably keeping a close watch on both of us. I'm going to lock myself in Hieronymous's room until tonight. What are you going to do? I'll go study in the library like a good little student, Ellen huffs, blowing a loose strand of hair out of her face. But you're right. It means we need to move quickly. We should show this to Musette tonight. Agreed, I say. Hopefully the tape recorder will still be here when we get back.